Hello, and welcome to Access Spotlight, a PATV program that features local residents who are unique and special to our community. Today, our guest is North Hempstead Supervisor and Great Neck resident, Judi Bosworth. Welcome, Judi.
Thank you, Shirley.
We taped many events that you ran as county legislator, but this is the first time you've been at the studio, so I thank you for making the time.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and it is really a beautiful studio.
Well, thank you. Before you were elected as our 37th supervisor of the Town of North Hempstead, you held other volunteer and elected positions. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. I started really with being involved in my children's local schools PTA. So I was the PTA president at the Saddle Rock School in Great Neck. I was the PTA president at Great Neck South High School and had various executive board positions on the United Parent Teacher Council, which were wonderful experiences and a great way to prepare for other community positions. I then was appointed to the Great Neck Board of Education in 1990, served on the Great Neck Board for 16 years. I served as president for 5 years and vice president for many other of those years. And then after that, my most recent position was as Nassau County legislator for the 10th Legislative District, and I did that for 6 years.
I remember when you were at the Board of Education, my kids were in school at the same time.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Difficult, though, because there's many issues that come up with the school districts.
There are many issues, and you see them repeated again and again in whatever position that I've held. But I will tell you that the Great Neck Board really was a wonderful place to be involved with people who were just very committed.
All about the community.
Absolutely.
What made you want to run for town supervisor?
You know, that's a great question. My whole adult life has been dedicated to public service, and that goes back to really my parents. My parents were Holocaust survivors, and I grew up with my mom especially telling me again and again what a great country we live in, how thankful we need to be for all that this country offers us, and that it was my responsibility to give back. And I really heard that as I grew up, and even as an adult. It's your responsibility to give back, it's your responsibility to give back. I truly internalized that, and so all the different positions that I've held have been my really small way of trying to do that, of trying to give back. So I was a county legislator, as you say, for 6 years, and John Kamen, who was the supervisor before me and did an outstanding job as supervisor, decided that he was going to do something else, and he's now, doing a wonderful job working with Governor Cuomo and is the chairperson of NYPA. And so I was asked to run for that position, and I love the town of North Hempstead, so I was so honored to have been asked, and now really humble at the thought of that I am the supervisor and have this opportunity to serve again.
That's a difficult job.
It is, and I know I'm supposed to say, oh no, it's wonderful, and it is wonderful, but having been in this position now for 4 months, I can tell you that it is a very time-consuming job. It is something that really there's a learning curve. I'm learning. I learn every day. I love what I'm learning. It's so great to be doing this, but it's got a lot of challenges.
I've heard from other elected officials that they've had mentors in their life. Who are your mentors?
I've had 2 extraordinary mentors in my life. The first one was our now New York State Controller, Tom DiNapoli. And when I was on the school board, I worked for Tom when he was then the assembly person. And I saw from him really what it means to bring integrity, intelligence to public office. And as far as I'm concerned, he sets the standard for what all elected officials need to aspire to do. He's really an extraordinary elected official and friend.
Yes.
And my other mentor was Dr. William Shine, who was superintendent of the Great Neck School for 22 years. And he was someone who also taught me about the importance of listening to the public, understanding the importance of input from all interested parties. I learned from him that if I have information, that information should be available to everybody. I learned from him the importance of open and transparent government. he taught me so many things that I still rely upon in the job that I'm doing now.
He's an extraordinary person.
Yes, he is.
Definitely. Well, let's talk about some general statistics of the town.
Okay.
How many people are here? School districts? What are the boundaries?
There are about 225,000 people in the town of North Hempstead. So we have, you know, about 250,000 people in this wonderful town. There are 11 school districts. The boundaries, well, to the south is the town of Hempstead, and to the west is Queens.
Now, part of Westbury is in the town of North Hempstead?
Yes.
Or all of part of it?
Yes.
Part of it, okay. Because,
And part is in Hempstead.
okay, part is in Hempstead.
And there's a village of Westbury, and then there's, there's Westbury Newcastle. Newcastle is certainly in the town of North Hempstead.
Yeah, lots of villages and unincorporated areas.
There are 31 villages in the town of North Hempstead, which is actually extraordinary. And when I was the Nassau County legislator, I had 13 villages in my district, so I understood the extraordinary job that mayors do. And so now I have 31 villages in the town of North Hempstead, and I have been working with our mayors and look forward to doing that as well.
We have a lot of people that I'm pretty sure knocking on your door. But
I hope so.
before you even got started, you were inundated with snowstorm after snowstorm. How did you manage that in such a large area?
I will tell you, people will jokingly say, I took this over, trial by storm.
Right.
And it certainly was. I was sworn in actually by John Kamen January 1st. In a very small ceremony, and then again January 5th by Tom DiNapoli at the more formal one. So January 2nd was my first day in office, and January 2nd there was, oh yes, a blizzard. And that was actually a wonderful thing, although I didn't think so at the time. And not wonderful because of the inconvenience it caused our residents, but wonderful in the fact that right from the start I had a meeting with the commissioners of the various departments to plan out our strategy for the impending storm, and I got to see right away the extraordinary dedication of the people who work in the town of North Hempstead. So yes, it was kind of daunting to start off with a blizzard, and we then actually had 17 snowstorms, since I've been there.
Yes.
It's a lot of snowstorms, and a lot of people working very hard, spending nights at the town to make sure that the residents would be safe and that the services that they needed would be there for them.
So you got to see the best of your staff.
I did.
Oh, that was good. But let's not talk about snowstorms.
Yeah, I'm so happy it's not snowing today. It's raining, but it's not snowing.
Let's focus on the good weather ahead. Okay. And what are some of the programs that we can look forward to in our parks coming up for the spring and summer season?
Well, and I don't know when this is going to air, but this Saturday we have Asian Fest, which is a wonderful program celebrating the diversity of our town. We're going to have on May 24th, on Saturday, our fireworks, which...
They are the best.
They are extraordinary. Thousands of people, come to view this. And so that's just kind of getting to the start of the summer season. We have beautiful parks. We're going to have concerts. Things are open. We have swimming pools. We have all kinds of activities. For our seniors, we have something that I just came from a senior event, so I'm very kind of focused on our seniors. We have Fun Day Monday. So every Monday, the seniors come to North Hempstead Beach Park, and there's a whole day of concerts and wonderful fun activities. And it's dancing and singing. It's a lot of fun.
So 3 of the parks, the large parks that I read about, you have Tully, and it's on Denton, then there's Denton Avenue. Oh, that is Denton Avenue.
Tully's on Denton. There's Clinton G. Martin Park, which is actually, where I just was, and that's a private park district. We have Manor Haven.
Manor Haven.
Okay, Manor Haven in Port Washington, which is a beautiful new pool.
They have a lot of activities.
Absolutely. And then there's, North Hempstead Beach Park, which has, just a wonderful array of things to do.
There are so many things here.
And I'm just going to. Then we have our Harbor Links Golf Course, which is.
Going to get to that.
Yeah. Okay. Which is also an amazing facility.
Well, tell us about that golf course, because I've been there.
Okay. It is a world-class golf course, and we're so proud that this is, we took what was a landfill and turned it into this extraordinary facility where our residents, at affordable rates, can enjoy the best golf there is.
And they have the 2 golf courses.
They do. There's the executive course, which is a 9-hole course, and then there's the regular 18-hole course. We've just gotten new golf carts with GPS systems in them, so we're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, maybe that'll help me. I don't know if anything will help my golf game. But we also have in the town beautiful water, and Hempstead Harbor, Manhasset Bay. And I know this is something that's very important to you. And tell us about what are some of the programs going on over there.
We are surrounded by water, and that's a wonderful thing. However, as a result of Superstorm Sandy and Hurricane Irene the year before, a lot of our waterways have been filled with sediment as a result of the storm. So we're working very hard at getting funding to, when we can't call it dredging, because it's now called aquatic sand removal.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, so to do aquatic sand removal, to make sure that these waterways are more navigable. We have crew teams that make use of Manhasset, of Hempstead Harbor,
right.
And then we have, Manhasset Bay is just a wonderful commercial entity as well. So it's something that's so important to our economic viability. We need to make sure that the harbor is deep enough so that we can have boats coming in and out. It used to be that 2 big boats could come in at once. Now we've been relegated to 1 boat only being able to come in, and that's at high tide.
Oh, wow.
So when we were down in Washington, we spoke with so many of our representatives and different agencies, and one person who absolutely jumped at the idea of the North Shore shoreline needing to be helped was our, Senator Schumer, and he was actually up here just a week or 2 ago talking about the importance of the North Shore, and yes, the South Shore certainly needs help and had tremendous damage, but that we can't forget about the North Shore, and he's not.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. You got him on your side.
Yes.
There are certain technological changes and or maybe upgrades that you have initiated for the town. One of them is my favorite, and I'll tell you about that. But why don't you tell me the other ones that you have going?
Well, let's see if I can guess.
Okay.
There have been a few. I spoke before about the importance of having open and transparent government.
Right.
So one of the first things that happened, when I took office was that our town meetings are now live streamed, and we're the only town in Nassau County that does that. Now, I have to confess that when I was at Nassau County Legislature, our meetings were live streamed, so it just seemed like a very natural thing for me to bring to the town.
For you?
Yeah.
So you were used to it.
I was used to it, and it's wonderful because it gives an opportunity for people who are perhaps not able to get to our town board meetings to be able to view them live and see, what we're doing. We're so proud of what we're doing, and we want people to know, and then if they're interested in something or there's a concern that's raised, then they can, participate in that way. So
I think that's terrific.
Yeah, so we're very pleased about that. And so the other thing, although it's not technology, that we did is we moved our comment period at our town board meetings to the beginning of the meeting, so that if a resident has something that they want to address the town board about that's not on the calendar, they will now be able to do that in the first half hour of the meeting instead of having to wait till the very end of the meeting. So, we have meetings that can end at 9:30, so that's not really a hardship. But we had one meeting that I will long remember that ended at 1:30 in the morning.
Sure. Yeah.
So
you can't judge how long it's going to
exactly. You never know. And so this way, residents do have that opportunity, which I think is terrific. The other thing is we have a new app.
That's my favorite.
Okay, there you go. My North Hempstead, so that people can they can still call 311 and register a concern or something that needs to be fixed or something that they want us to know. But they can now do it on an app that you can download for free and put in a service request, whether it's needing transportation through Project Independence or just letting us know about a pothole. This is really so amazing, because if you see a pothole and you want to let us know about it, you can actually take a picture of it, and it gets sent to us through this app with the coordinates of where the pothole is.
Oh, that's great.
So that is just, so that's an exciting thing.
I heard you mention it at the State of the Town address.
Yes.
and immediately I downloaded it to my iPhone.
Oh, there you go.
And I love it.
And yeah, that was 4 weeks in, and I loved, I had this State of the Town January 28th, and yet we did have things to talk about because we've hit the ground running and done a lot of good things, I hope.
And I've noticed your website has really been improved.
We're working hard on making our website more user-friendly so that whatever form there is now at the town, you can download easily. The forms are together in one place, and hopefully that will help make things a lot easier.
Oh, it's really terrific. You know, today's program is part of the Public Access TV Youth Initiative, and today our crew is made up of teenagers. Most of them, in fact all of them, are from the Town of North Hempstead schools, and they would like to ask you some questions. And I think it's good because our teens get to learn about government and meet the people that are serving us. And so they have a couple of questions, so they're here today, and
well,
let's see.
I'd love to hear from them, and they're doing an outstanding job.
They are. So this is our first question.
Hi, I'm Isabella from Great Neck South High School.
Hi, Isabella.
And can you please tell us about the town's initiative to save water, slow the flow, save H2O?
Okay, so one of the things that I have been very concerned about is the fact that we need to conserve water. We need to protect our aquifers and drinking water. And as a matter of fact, when I was a county legislator, I had conducted 3 by-county hearings with Suffolk County Legislator William Spencer about what we can do to protect our aquifers and drinking water. So now coming into the town, we have a wonderful recycling program, and that was really proposed by our Director of Sustainability, which is Fran Reed, who's really been at the head of so many of our environmental initiatives. And I spoke to her about the fact that whereas we're raising consciousness about the need to recycle, that we need to also be raising consciousness about the need to conserve water. And so hence we had a t-shirt contest which said, slow the flow, save H2O. And it's a way of trying to get this into the public eye so that people understand the need to conserve water. And so we're going to be doing a lot of other things like that.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
We have another question.
Hi, my name's Allie, and I go to Great Neck South also.
Hi, Allie.
And my question, well, my sister, Maddie, she recently participated in the town's Trashin' show. She got 2nd place for the, it was a garbage dress, and it was really nice. And
congratulations to her.
Yeah, the show is part of the school's recycling partnership program. Can you tell us more about the program and how the schools can get involved and students can get involved?
Well, I'd be so happy to. So again, this is an initiative that we're so proud of, and 9 out of the 11 school districts in the town of North Hempstead do participate in this recycling program. So it's, reduce, reuse, recycle, because we want to make sure that people understand the importance. Our earth is such a valuable resource to us, and it's so important that people understand the value of recycling. And by bringing it into the schools, we know that this generation is going to understand the importance of that. Just as, when I was growing up, people didn't use seatbelts, and now you know that nobody would get into a car now without putting a seatbelt on it. And it really started with educating our younger population. And so now we have this in the schools, and we're hoping that the students are taking this home to their families and that they're understanding the importance of recycling, and that it will just be something that becomes so natural and so internalized. And we are very happy that we're doing this. The other thing is I went to the Saddlerock School and actually saw a day where they were collecting bottle caps and weighing the amount of product that they're recycling, and it's really quite impressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's another student.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm from Plainview High School.
Hi, Josh.
My question is, can you please tell us about what intern and/or volunteer opportunities there are in the town for high school and college students?
Well, we really welcome our high school and college kids to the town. There are many opportunities for high school students to be volunteering at the many events that we have. So we just had EcoFest, and we had many volunteers there. We had North Hempstead Town Cleanup. we had students volunteering. They were going to be having Asian Fest. We need volunteers. There are a lot of programs at these various festivals that involve children, so we need people to come and to help with that, and to sign people up for our Swift Reach program, which is to try to get people to sign up so that when we're doing phone calls that we have people's cell numbers, so that in case of an emergency that we can reach out to them and you know, and we have their numbers. So there are those kinds of volunteer opportunities, and there are internship volunteers opportunities. And probably the best way for people to apply to those is to go to our website and actually look at the different departments we have and get in touch with the commissioners of those departments, because this is a big town with many opportunities,
Yes.
many resources, and it's really not you know, one size fits all. And so it would be important for people to get a sense of what they're most interested in and what they'd like to participate in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are good questions.
Wonderful questions. Not surprising.
Now, transparency in government is very important to you,
It is.
and also customer service. You have a new initiative that you've started with the building department. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. You know, our building department was plagued with difficulties years ago, and our building commissioner has done really such an outstanding job in addressing those challenges. But we're now at what I like to think of as phase 2. Where we want to make sure that our building department is seen as the advocates of the people and not as adversaries. And so we're looking for ways to make the building department more user-friendly, so that when people come in, that they have a sense that we're there to work with them. So the first thing I did, and it was announced at my swearing-in speech, was to appoint an applicant advocate. And that young woman's name is Lauren Sumer, and her particular responsibilities are to help people who are having difficulties, whether it's getting a permit, getting their certificate of occupancy, whatever snafu they may be running into. When they reach out to Lauren, she will sit with them and work out what things need to be done. And it really, you know, when you say one person can make a difference, one person can really make a difference. And so we see a lot of improvement in that way. As a matter of fact, I went to a senior meeting, and we brought Lauren and some members of the building department. So at that senior citizen meeting, they were actually able to ask their questions, get answers. We've also now have established mobile hours for the building department.
That's amazing.
Yes, so that we have the applicant advocate there with members of the building department. We did that, I'd say, as of the second month of my term, and it was so successful that we've now started a second round of them. And we've, you know, been to the Manhasset Library, the Port Washington Library, the New Hyde Park Library. I mean,
Okay,
libraries,
so the department is coming to the people.
the department is coming to the people.
Terrific.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see us bringing our services to the people so that more people can have access to what we have to offer.
Sue, there are so many new and wonderful things at the town, and things that are being improved upon.
Absolutely.
So that's exciting.
Well, you know, I have such a great base to start on, because we have a 311 communication system. We have Project Independence that offers such great services. And, you know, these are all things that were initiated by my predecessor, John Kamen. So how wonderful to have these things to build on. And then, of course, you know, every person brings new things to whatever it is that they bring. And so we're having some wonderful new initiatives, and you know, hopefully.
We're running out of time, but
okay.
I just want for you to say a couple of words about the 311, because we have so many seniors that come here and different people, and they just are not web or internet savvy, and they still want to pick up that phone. So tell me just a little bit about 311.
And that's why we have 311, because there's an operator at the end of the 311 call who takes down the information, and if they are able to give the information right away, they will give the caller the information. If they need to call someone back, they will do that. If there's an issue, a service request number is given, and we follow up on that. We keep statistics on that, and it's been a wonderful thing. During the storms, our 311 call center was open 24 hours. Right now, it is open 7 days a week. You know, not overnight, but when need be, it is. And again, you know, when I talked about how wonderful our, you know, workers are, the people at 311, you know, some of them actually slept over because they were afraid they wouldn't be able to get to work the next day.
Wow.
So I saw dedication
Yes.
That really is impressive. And the same thing with our highway department. People who were literally plowing throughout the night to make sure that our streets were safe. So I know that's not 311, but.
No, it was great. I mean, I live in the town, so I saw what happened with the snowstorms, and I've called the 311, and it's terrific because you're not, when you call, you don't think it's a silly question. People are just so responsive, you know, so it's really, it's terrific. I think it's great.
You know, all the calls are actually recorded, and our 311 operators, you know, I don't think of them as operators. They're friends and they're members of our community who really want to help, and they understand that we are here to serve the people. And that's really, there was a message that I would get out about what the philosophy of our town is. We are here to serve the people. And so that's what's...
That certainly seems to be the theme for your administration.
It is.
To serve the people. You've demonstrated that from day one with helping with the snow.
But I will tell you that all the council people that I work with, as well as our other elected officials, have that commitment as well. I was just, as I said, at a senior meeting.
You have a very good team.
And there was not a person there who didn't represent how important it is to be there to serve.
Well, I'm just going to say one thing to the teens that are here today. You're all going to be 18 very soon, and you should make sure that you go out and vote and get to know the people that are running and to learn about your town and to participate. It's important. And even if you're away at college, you can do absentee ballots and vote.
Especially if you're away at college, very important to get that absentee ballot, because your opinions are very important, and your way to represent how you feel is by voting for the people who you think will best represent you.
Well, hopefully we have enlightened our teens and our audience today about what's going on in government, in our local government. And I just want to thank you so much for coming and talking to me and the teens, and our viewers now will be able to see this.
It's an honor to be here, so thank you.
Thank you. And it's nice to know that our town is in good hands.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Public Access TV. And tune in to our channel for our schedule and also on our website. And to all of our viewers out there, if you have any questions, please contact us at info@patv.org. Thank you. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Shirley.